Ike Morgan on Rhythm 105.9 FM.
Rhythm 105.9 FM.
Rhythm 105.9
Speaking of
FM.
on loved ones. I was having a conversation a few days ago with one of my friends, and we were talking about the topic surrounding mental illness and just the awareness about it. She was telling me how someone that she was working with had a mental illness and she was being bullied to the max at work. Everybody was making fun of her, telling her that she had all these mental issues, etc., etc. I really can't ever stress enough how important it is to be kind to one another. In my opinion, things like that are never okay. Maybe instead of making fun of somebody, it might be a little more helpful or insightful to look into what mental illness actually is. It's a real thing and it's not funny. It takes the same amount of effort to be positive and be supportive of somebody, maybe even less effort than it does to actually sit there and be mean and have to put that negative thought into the air. Who has time to muster up negative energy to put somebody else down? I don't know about you guys, but I'm always cheering everybody else on. I want everyone to do well. And one thing people have to realize is someone else's story is not yours. What's theirs is for them. And what's yours is for you. Nobody can take that. Period. So let's uplift one another. I know I may sound like a broken record, and I'm sorry, my apologies in advance, but listen, we gotta be nicer to each other. We are all humans at the end of the day, and whether it's in one capacity or not, and whether we like to admit it or not, we need each other. We need one another. The earth needs humans in order to continue to exist. So why not be nice to somebody? And if you hear that someone is going through something, just imagine if that was you in their shoes, how would you feel? If that was one of your loved ones being picked on like that, how would you feel? The situation, when you put it in reverse and you look at it from the opposite side of the lens, from a different perspective, moral of the story, let's just be kind to one another. This is Abby on the Abby Nights Morning Show on Rhythm 105.9 F. Anyway, today's story was very touching for me. I figured I'd go ahead and I'd share it with you guys. Keep in mind that this person doesn't speak English perfectly. All right, remember what I said. Remember to be kind. It's about the message. So Angie writes, "Hello, ma'am, Abby. I hope that you're doing great and that you and your family are safe. My name is Angie. I'm the girl that Sir Mark was talking about. I didn't know that he would talk about me to you. Being in depression really got me to hurt myself so many times. I was losing hope, but I didn't give up. I try my best sometimes, but it's very hard, especially when I'm surrounded by people who are bullying me all the time. Thank you very much for everything." And so, in line with what I was saying before, first and foremost, I'd like to thank Angie for taking time to have enough courage to share her story. It takes a lot to open up about something that's so personal, but in reality, a lot of people deal with depression far more than you may think or that you may even know. A lot of people around you may be dealing with it and they're just not really open to talking about it. And I think a lot of that is because of the pressure that society puts on having to be perfect. So what I'd like to say is that there really is no such thing as perfection. I feel like it's something that is it's a made up title. Flaws are what make you perfect. Imperfections are what make you beautiful. No one should ever feel ashamed of living with depression or struggling with depression. If you're going through something, please make it a point to reach out to someone close to you. I dealt with depression. I got through it, and I'm so much stronger because of it. Please don't ever look down on anybody that has dealt with depression issues. Like I said, there's so many people out there, and you may not even realize that the person sitting next to you could be dealing with the worst case of depression. And I'll be honest, most people that are very depressed are so good at hiding it because you have to become so familiar in living with it and not wanting people to know in fear of possibly being judged. So Angie, if you ever have days that you're feeling down, know that there's a whole community and an entire support group that will be there for you. Regardless of the time or the circumstance, there is help out there and there are people that have your back. Don't ever feel like you're alone. Life is so short and it's so beautiful that it's important to really live in the moment, but more than anything, to find ways to discover true happiness within yourself. So whatever that takes and whatever that means to you, just be sure to take a moment, take some time out of your days to explore and figure out what is it in life that truly makes me happy. Like I said, thank you so much for sharing your story. I think that was so brave of you to step out and be so honest.